Hey guys, it's just a quick video of the XLT F150 Safari truck. Just to go have a bit of a walk around. So what we'll start off with is just a quick walk around of the body. I've got the bonnet up at the moment just so I can show the engine bay. So you can see the alloy bull bar. And as we walk around here, windscreen's pretty good. A couple of little marks, but past rego okay. It's just some of the surface rust you see in the truck. There's that there, and there's a little bit more at the top of the doors there, which I'll show you in a moment, but haven't found anywhere else. Front tyres, you can see that there. And while I'm here, the dual shocks. So the black one there was the original one, and then the white one we put on afterwards with the towing pack. It's all badged up there. And come across here. So this is a carpooler, that's the extent. I'll just see if I can focus up on that. That's what is considered the only rust in this truck. Very minor, very surface. Nothing on the sills. Apparently this is typical down here. And so this truck has been in the mountains its whole life. So you can look up under the doors there. Again, very typical under here from what we're seeing. But even right up to the water well. And the sill. And while I'm here, I'll just do a quick underneath of this part of the truck. So again, totally genuine, haven't gotten under there with a pressure cleaner or anything like that. See the transfer case there. So if I was going to do anything, I'd improve the seals on the tail shaft. One there and one to the rear. It's been parked here for just over a week now. You can see there's no drips there. And I think there's just a couple coming from the engine there. That other bigger patch, that's from our other vehicle. And then a quick look at the interior from here. So that's the only stuff in the interior that'd fix up. Is that surround with the CB radio, pretty old school. But that could either be glued up and fixed up or just get another surround. You can see all the interior here is intact. That's the roof lining there. So these seats come out of the Ford Falcon that they used in the front seats. And there's your full drive shifting gear. And to show some of the tow pack, so it's got a not the most modern brake controller, but it is installed. It is there. There's the gas gauge that's still there from the gas kit, which I have removed. The rear wiper switch does work, and haven't had time to look at it, but I'm guessing the temperature gauge on the engine, either the sender's not working or something's missing there. They put an aftermarket one on and end up pinching the cable. But I do know it works because the thermofan's working quite well. And yeah, that block of wood's there because I'm a short ass. And looking into the back there, so that was the front seat originally. So doing the Safaris there on the bench. And just some tidying up there. That tidying up is part of that sill. I just grabbed that to see what the sill's doing between the cabin and the canopy, which I'll show you a bit closer. And that's the sill here. So you can see this rubber mold there goes in between, and then there's Sikaflex between the body and the canopy. So this whole thing needs to come off just so I can stuck back on again. Because at the moment, yeah, water will come in from the top. That's a good weekend job with the boys. Body's there pretty straight. I haven't polished up the paint or anything like that. I can do it. The canopy could just do with some fiberglass coating and the polish. You buy it in a tin from any boat shop and it'll come up smick. Rear tyres, brand new. And this is the airbags. Proper framework and brackets designed for this truck. Best thing I ever did. It really improves the handling of the truck, especially with towing. It's just amazing with that. There's the Safari badge on the back. And looking at the canopy, I'll just step back to have a look at that. That's a Makich I use, but it does come with a normal tow ball. And into the back, and you can see there, it has got rear air conditioning. It is disconnected. I'll show you in the engine bay, but it is there, and that's, again, it's part of that Safari kit that you get. That's the back of the seat, and if I step back, you can see there's still quite a bit of room in there, which made these quite popular. A nice high roof. And this green tarp there, that what you see there, that's actually a tent that goes on the back of the truck. So it came with the truck. They're the poles for it, and never been used actually. I've opened it up and it's still brand new. And that there goes on the bars. The poles go onto that, and the top of that canopy, the tent, or whatever you want to call it, the awning. That's that silver strip along there, the aluminium strip. It actually attaches to that. So one thing I would do with the truck here, do a bit of work on the tailgate. I'll show you as I close it back up again. But the sides here, you can see there's a little bit of movement. So I don't know. I think it had a rear bar in it. I'm just looking at those holes there, just to sort of keep this a bit more sturdy in the rear. But as it closes up pretty good. That's the valves for the airbags. They've got one each, so you can stabilise each side. And yeah, back to the tailgate there. So the previous owner must have banged it on something there, but as you can see, it's just surface thrust there, and just grazed that along here. It's about the only sort of damage to the truck, really. And there's another pole there for the awning. Going down the side there, you can look at those lines. It's pretty straight. There's a little bit on the guard there where I think the door had pinched at some point. You can see that little ripple there. And that's about it there. Passenger door. Looking on the interior, there's a little bit wobbly in there, but that's all intact. And there's the seal for the passenger side. Again, have a look in there. Under the door, absolutely clean. For its age, I've done nothing there. You can see I haven't even cleaned it. And we'll go around and start. That's the seal on this side. It's a little bit better on the passenger side, but you can still see it's come away. That needs repair. I just simply don't have the time. And looking down the length of the truck on this side. So if we pop the bonnet now and have a look underneath. So I won't start it yet while I'm talking, won't hear anything. So as you can see there, the gas part of the kit is still in there with the air filter, the donut or something they call it. So an original airbox would be better because it's missing the airflow sensor, if it does have one, but it does affect the idle, only for about 2-3 minutes or until you start driving. Thermofan kit. On here you've got twin thermofans there. That was fitted aftermarket. That's the aircon there that I was saying for the rear. So it has been disconnected from the rear. It probably does need regassing overall. But that's what those pipes are there. That services the rear of the truck. Coming across here to see the injection unit. Just try and get this sunlight out of there. Got a new battery in it. And yeah, that firewall, everyone's asking me about the firewall. There you go. Again, not washed. And no rust. You can see it all through there. So the motor has been rebuilt, it's done for gas, so the valves and that were redone. Only disappointing thing about the local mechanic who did it is just a coat of paint on the rocker covers or something would have been nice, just to make it a new engine, but there's only about 90,000 Ks on the engine. since it was built. And you can see under the bonnet here. So again, no visible rust anywhere. A little bit of pitting there, but not bad for its age. Alright, let's put a turnkey in it. So this hasn't been started today. This is what it starts. I just let the pump prime up. And you see that purging, you see how the tacho is just going up and down. It does a little bit of that depending on the temperature. It's a little bit better today. See if I can get it to purge, just rev it up a little bit. I'll stand back so you can hear me. So it does that for a couple of minutes. Again, due to the air filter, because it is tuned for gas. This is all tuned up for gas, this truck. I just removed the gas tanks. They were completely out of date and quite dangerous, so it quite easily be put back on gas. So let's turn that off now so we can keep talking on that. You can see actually I'll go to the exhaust while it's still on. So that's it there. And yeah, just to show what I did start, so I have looked at the rear tank underneath. It is all installed. It's got both tanks, but the rear tank there, I think the fuel pump either needs to be reconnected or looked at. It's not switching to the rear tank. Let's see if I can get a better view from here. So this is where the gas tanks were mounted on each side of the truck. So I initially had four gas tanks. Four tanks, so 2 gas and 2 fuel tanks and traveling. So there's your center fuel tank there. Again, that's a better look at the drip there on the diff. Again, haven't cleaned it as is. And I think that's about all. So let us know if you need anything else or any extra photos, and happy to send them off.